Before we start the show, I want to quickly plug our socials. Follow us on Instagram at bestyever_pod. Also, we're on Blue Sky, Best You Ever Pod, and on YouTube, Best You Ever Pod. We do share some shorts over there. Please email us. Tell us your thoughts, feelings, questions, recipes, jokes, anything that you want to tell us. You can email us to bestyeverypod@gmail.com. But also follow, subscribe, rate us on Spotify and Apple Pod. All right, let's start this shit.
Hell yeah.
Not so long ago, in the mysterious land of Texas, USA, Casey introduced the podcast.
Welcome to Best Year Ever, a movie podcast where each week, one movie at a time, we attempt to answer this very important question. Was blank the best year ever for movies? Right now, we're in between seasons, so this week we're talking about Jesus' movie of choice. But before we dive in, I am your host, Casey, and with me is my co-host, Jesus. Hi, Jesus.
Hi, Casey. We're in 2010.
2010.
This episode.
God, I wish I was a teenager when this movie came out.
You're almost
I was 10.
Preteen, 10 or 11, right?
Yeah, for the majority of the year I was 10. For the last 4 months I was 11.
Kind of like me with 83. But I was thinking about this, and I feel like, yes, maybe 1 year older, and this would have hit right of like, oh, this is what older young adults, older teenagers are supposed to act like, kind of feeling. But I think, yeah, you just missed it. You would have liked it. And Casey, what movie are we talking about?
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
I'm going to change your mind. I'm going to change your mind.
He didn't.
Casey came in very negative, very like, how dare you make me watch this movie? Like, it's been a while since you've had that attitude, young
Definitely
lady.
Not how dare you. More so like, oof.
I'm going to change your mind.
He really tried.
I watched it yesterday for this episode, and it's been a little while. It's been over a year, which surprised me. I did watch The World vs. Scott Pilgrim, the new Netflix TV show. It's great. It's animated. Everyone is back. All of the actors from the movie are back doing their voices. And all of them. And it's really good. And I thought maybe it's not as good as I remember. But it's really good. I really liked it. The editing alone.
The editing was fantastic.
And the music. The soundtrack, I put on the soundtrack this morning because it's a great soundtrack.
Yeah, the music is good. I was actually pleasantly surprised by it.
This is going to be my first point of contention against you hating this or not liking this movie. I don't know if you hate it, but I know you don't like it. Scott Pilgrim is the antagonist of this movie.
So I'm really glad that you had said that when we were still watching Fight Club, because it did help me prepare. And I think I would have hated this movie more if I didn't see it through that lens.
Yeah. So this was the first time you watched Scott Pilgrim.
Mm-hmm.
And you came out like that for me.
Yeah, precisely.
You know why I also think I liked it more this time around? Because I just watched Running Man. Which she said were right.
Okay.
And I don't know. I feel like I was missing this type of editing that Running Man doesn't have. Running Man is a fine movie. It's a good movie. I liked it. But it didn't feel like, oh, this is an Edward Wright movie. We were just talking about, before we start rolling, the Coen brothers, and when you watch a Coen brothers movie, you know you're watching a Coen brothers movie. I feel like Edward Wright stopped being, oh, this is my style a few movies ago. I don't know. And it's a little sad for me. But I mean, he's doing great. Obviously, I mean, it's just my point of view, but I miss this type of the editing, which Hot Fuzz has it, Shaun of the Dead has it, World's End has it. They kind of have this type of editing. It's perfect. But let's do some letterboxing so I can get more angry at Casey, because how dare you? Our very own Casey Glenn You gave it 3 stars. Your review is, I just know millennials snort this shit like cocaine. How dare you?
Wrong?
You're not wrong. Obviously, you're not wrong. The evidence is right here. But this was a movie that has a lot of millennial icons before they were near being icons.
A lot of millennial humor. It felt like watching
Saying that.
like the first Iron Man or like the first Avengers movie, where like you're just like, wow, this was of its time.
Oh man, I've never been this angry with you before. You're not wrong. This is very much of its time. This is a movie that couldn't be done now.
Yeah.
But it's not because of any political correctness or anything like that. I think it's more because of like the NES old school video game stuff, the humor. It was very much millennials grabbing imagery and humor from our older brothers and sisters. Like it's paying homage to Gen X from a millennial's perspective. Like it's very much because, and I thought you were gonna appreciate that they mentioned Final Fantasy at one point.
Oh yeah, they did, and I was like, that's cool.
But yeah, it is. You're not wrong. I hate it. You're not wrong. Let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
I feel a little vindicated by all of the reviews. A lot of them are 5 stars and hearts. They're probably going to be millennials before you say it. This one reads, me during every scene that doesn't have Wallace in it. Needs more Wallace. Honestly, yeah, love Wallace. This one, I relate to Scott Pilgrim because I'm 1, actually the worst. 2, not good with relationships. 3, a total asshole. 4, afraid of confrontation. 5, not worthy of the people in my life. 6, cute, kind of ugly. 7, surprisingly good at kicking ass. That's a sad.
That's a great description of Scott Pilgrim. I feel like that's, yeah.
It is, although no, yeah. I was gonna say he's not afraid of confrontation, but he is afraid of like emotional confrontation, which is the whole point of the movie. I'm gonna say it right now. I'm glad Knives got out of that relationship. It's not okay. When he came out, I remember when he came out, a lot of people wanted Knives and Scott to end up together, and I'm like, A, that's illegal.
Mm-hmm.
B, she said it. She's too good for Scott. So my dog has feelings. This one, next review, 5 stars in the heart, all caps. You once were a vegan, but now you will be gone. That's my second favorite quote of the movie. Also cool cameos in that scene. This next one, lesbians with this movie. I've said that so many times. This one, multiple girls finding Michael Cera attractive. Sounds super fake, but okay. I get it a little bit. The type of I don't care about life attitude that Michael Cera had in that movie, like for that age, I can see he has some attractiveness qualities. Not physically, but yeah. Looks like he's not bad.
He needs a chin implant.
He really does. That should be your review.
Yeah. Maybe if I ever watch it again. That will be
this 4-star review. 15 seconds of this will be enough to kill a Victorian child. And I'll end with my favorite quote of the movie. 4 stars and a half review, all caps. Bread makes you fat?
That's your favorite quote?
That is my favorite quote.
Not even the rain check one? The rain check one was actually pretty decent.
What was the rain check one?
I can't remember it word for word.
All right, let's do the background. Scott Pilgrim, released in 2010 with a budget of 60 to 85 million, box office of 51.7 million. Complete flop. You're not you're not surprised.
No, I actually kind of am because I think it is like a cult classic. Like I think there are a lot of people that really love this movie.
Yeah. I think it did a lot better in DVD sales and all that, but yeah. Directed by Edward Wright. Screenplay by Edward Wright. And based on Scott Pilgrim by Brian Lee O'Malley. And there are so many scenes and shots, like are just panels from that comic book. And it's great. Like the one that goes into the dream door, and
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of like flying. That's exactly how the panel, like, they use the comic book as a storyboard for this movie. That's why it's so visually striking. You gotta give me that. It's beautiful. Like it visually is pretty great. I'm what's the saying? I'm pulling at straws.
Mm-hmm.
It's edited by Jonathan Amos and Paul Maclis. Probably saying that wrong. And it is starring Michael Cera as Scott Pilgrim and, spoilers, Nega Scott. Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Ramona Flowers. Karen Culkin as Wallace Wells, which is the best character of the movie. Anna Kendrick as Stacey Pilgrim. Brie Larson as Natalie V. and V. Adams. Alison Pill as Kim Pye. Audrey Plaza as Julie Powers. John Simmons as young Neil Nordegraf. I feel like that's a joke, but I don't get it. Or a reference to something. Mark Weaver as Stephen Stills. And Ellen Wong as Knives Chow. Crazy name for a Chinese character. This was her first role in any movie.
Wow, that's crazy.
She did great.
Yeah.
I'll not go through the League of Evil Exes. Satyam Baba as Matthew Patel. Chris Evans as Lucas Lee. Brendan Ruth as Todd Ingram. Mae Whitman as Roxanne Roxy Richter. Keita Saito as Ken Katayanagi, Shota Saito as Kyle Katayanagi, and Jason Schwartzman as Gideon G-Man Graves. Also great villain.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is the movie where Michael Cera defeated both Superman and Captain America. His ex is Captain Marvel, and his nemesis, Audrey Plaza, is Death.
Yeah, it's stacked.
It is stacked. Let's get into this movie. You're so excited about this.
I'm very excited to be done.
You know what? This is the correct Scott Pilgrim attitude to watch Scott Pilgrim movie. If I'm going to give adjectives for this movie, I would give it to you. I would have given you the Scott Pilgrim adjectives.
You would have given me the same adjectives you would have used for Scott Pilgrim?
Yep.
Not even Aubrey Plaza? And
no, you wish. You wish. Yeah, it's so funny how much Audrey Plaza was being Audrey Plaza in this movie.
It was crazy how all the women were like written low-key to be like autistic.
Like, written to be what?
Like, they all presented as autistic. Like, all the women.
Huh. I would argue that all the characters were kind of autistic.
I mean,
at least
yeah.
all of the exes. I feel like this whole world was autistic.
Yeah, all right, I'll give that one to you.
Anyway, let's start this movie. I cannot imagine all the hoops, all the paperwork, all the red tape, all of the meetings, all of the compromises that they had to do for Universal to get this greenlit and have Universal in pixels and 8-bit Universal music as a start to the movie.
Oh, yeah. That was pretty crazy to see. I was like, oh, huh.
And they don't, like, I feel like it would have been easier if they do this and then they do like a Universal normal one or backwards. But no, they just did this. This is the start of the movie.
Yeah. I feel like you more often than not see it with like children's movies.
Yeah, but not so much lately. Like, I feel like I can think of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or Beetlejuice or things like that. But like, even things like Alien or Predator, like it, or I remember The Simpsons did the same thing with Ralph doing the 20th Century Fox. Like, they start with the actual fanfare and then they go into stylized.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I'm not gonna take notes because I've seen this movie so much. I'm not gonna need notes. I took so many notes. Okay, so banger of a start, fanfare, pixel, sets you right in the world, and then you go into like the comic book style of the narrator, and you get big block of text over a white screen, which is really just. I love that the white screen is just snowy, cloudy Canada. It's just sad Canada. Toronto, Canada, the mysterious land of Toronto, Canada. And then you get the first clue that Scott is a villain or at least an antagonist of this movie. Scott Pilgrim was dating a high schooler. You
My
saw
immediate question after that was, well, was he also in high school? Answer quickly after, no.
Immediately no. But I do love that they right away tell you who Scott Pilgrim. They tell you not to root for Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
They're like, no, this is not the guy you want to root for. This is not obviously not a good relationship for the high schooler Knives Chow. I'll repeat it. Crazy name. This is Harry Potter levels of crazy Asian names.
Yeah.
Probably worse. And this is part of why and how I miss old school Edward Wright, because the first establishing shot, seemingly normal kitchen, kind of not like lower middle class type, but everything is monotone. Like it gives you little snippets of color, and then it explodes in color when it needs to. Mm-hmm. And to me, this is very NES limited bits that you had to literally share bit memory with the music and the colors and everything. The same way, like this is very limited in palette until it needs to be more. Mm-hmm. But you get introduced to the whole gang. Scott Pilgrim is in a band, and yeah, you get young Neil, who's not in the band really. He's just there. Steven and one of Scott X's, I've already forgot her name. What's her name? Kim Pine. And they're discussing that Scott is dating a high schooler, and everyone's roasting him. He's not getting that.
Thank God.
Him. I feel like this is me a lot of times. I get roasted, and I'm like, sure, thank you. Scott invites Knives for the practice without consulting anyone, without telling anyone, just because he's the protagonist of his own movie, but ironically, he's not the protagonist of this movie. Mm-hmm. And you get the intro. It's a really cool shot. It goes pretty far. You get all of the special effects and this lo-fi type of textured, really cool. And then you get the opening credits with a lot of colors, and then this is the explosion of you were getting through slowly, and then you get into this is what the movie's gonna be like. Everything is dialed up to 11, which you will get that reference, Casey, when we start watching 1984. Yeah, so Casey, I feel like the fact that Scott is dating a high schooler, like that first sentence puts you off right away. Like, it's like, oh no.
Yeah, but once again, thankfully, you had already said, like, he's the antagonist. So I was like, okay, great, we're not supposed to like him.
And everyone's roasted him because of that.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's okay with this.
It was good. I was a little, like, I wanted, at the end, like, I wanted there to be a little bit more anger from her of, like, you dated a high schooler, you creep. Like, I wanted a little bit from Knives herself, but here we are.
This is 2010. Like I said, of its time.
Yeah.
Whatever. Then we get the scene of them again in the same house, I guess. Same kind of deal, very limited color palette. This time is green, but they're still roasting Scott Pilgrim. I feel like it's the same repeat of the first scene. Then we get introduced after this to the best character of the movie. Wallace Wells, Kieran Culkin. He's a good-looking Culkin, I think, of all the Culkins.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Like
I didn't really realize that until I saw the movie, and even in the last movie that I saw him in, which is great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Was that the Jesse Eisenberg movie? Yeah. Have you watched Succession?
No, but yeah.
He is. I kind of like hate watching more things with him in it because he is very much like a one note kind of like character actor, but like he does the character well, so it's kind of like yeah, okay.
He's good looking, but he is not a leading man.
No,
I think he's too tiny for that. Also, he kind of looks like Macaulay Culkin, so I don't think that helps him either. Mm-hmm. Macaulay Culkin is so much in everyone's brain that at least, I mean, I feel like your generation also kind of, but not as much as my generation.
Yeah.
We're still on the topic of the 17-year-old They're still Wallace is roasting Scott Pilgrim because he found out. Scott makes it very clear they haven't done anything. Still doesn't make it right or less of a creep, but it does tell you how immature Scott Pilgrim is. And I love that immediately Wallace texts the sister.
Yeah, that was amazing.
And you get Anna Kendrick. As these characters start popping up, all these actors start popping up, what was the most surprising character or actor?
I already knew. Y'all talked about it last time when we were like, I was, yeah.
I didn't know how much we talked about it. I guess we talked about it a lot. They go and pick up Knives from, also Knives is a high schooler in a Catholic school to make it extra creepy.
Why was Wallace even there?
I think he was just bored.
Okay.
Also, I think he genuinely wanted to tell Knives to get out, to leave. It was shot as a joke, but I think he was like, no, yeah, please don't stop it.
Mm-hmm.
And she does say, like, I know someone. Like, I think this is where we established that Wallace is gay. 2010, this was progress. What can I say? Because there's what's the scene of a movie or it's a critique where like the 90s and early 2000s, by this time it was kind of going away from this trope, but it was pretty common that if you had a gay character, they would end a tragic death or somehow tragic like ending at the end of the movie. Like there was always a tragic character. This is one of the few movies from that era that he's the best character.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little not great that being gay is pretty much his whole character, but still, he's, I think, the only good character.
To me, I think he's like a full character who is also gay. Like I see it swapped because to me, he plays the sidekick. He's Scott's sidekick throughout the entire thing.
Or Scott is his sidekick, as I want to like say.
I know you want to, but that is just not accurate.
Yeah, I think I can see that too. You're coming in from like first time watching this movie. I'm coming in from years of watching this movie, and I feel like it to me was such an impact of everyone's okay. Like I genuinely remember thinking back then, being like surprised that everyone was okay with him being gay. There was zero negative thing, even from the villain. Like nobody said anything about bad him being gay. Like Scott never had to defend his gay friend.
Yeah,
and to me that was big back then. That was great. So that was, I think, more of an impact as a young adult Jesus. I was going to say teenager Jesus, but no, I was way past teenager. Shut up. I was your age when this movie came out. I was 26 or 25. I was 25.
That's
I know. And now you're talking to this old man. Then we get Scott and Knives playing this crazy Dance Dance Revolution, but fighting game. Mm-hmm. I love this game. I wish it would exist. I do love that everything that Scott says is super dorky, and he repeats it to Ramona later on. But Knives is just like, wow, this is amazing, everything that you're saying, but it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Like, he's such a loser that he doesn't even have money to continue playing with Knives.
God, that killed me. That truly killed me.
Throughout this whole sequences of like them going to the thrift store and all that, it's just kind of establishing, he's like the movie's actually telling you do not root for Scott.
Yeah.
Like, because we know, like, the name of the movie is Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's going to be conflict. You want the world to win.
Yeah.
You did get really cool shots of the record store. They have like really cool like establishing shots. I feel like, and also this is where the editing really shines. I obviously this movie so many times, but here a few times this time around that I rewinded because Knives and Scott are talking in the record store, and as they're having a conversation, and you're going back and forth between the characters. Seemingly, they're still talking, they're having the same sentence and the same like back and forth, and then suddenly they're outside.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really cool editing. They have a lot of these type of editings.
Yeah.
I wish I could see more of that. outside of in other movies.
I have mixed feelings about it because I think it's really fun. I think it's really like engaging, and I really do enjoy it. But it also kind of like reminds me of like TikTok brain, you know, where it's like it's moving so fast and like it keeps cutting, so it like keeps you entertained, and it almost seems like too flashy, you know.
Was this on the edge of too flashy, or
Yeah, I think it was on the edge, but I still loved it. Like, I don't think we got to the too flashy part, except for the first fight scene, because I had no idea what the hell we were getting into. And I was like, what the fuck is actually happening?
So as much as we talked about Skull Pilgrim, you did not know there was fighting involved.
No, I did not realize that this was going to be like an action, like comic book situation in the slightest.
Which is not your vibe at all.
No. I was like, what the fuck?
I was hoping that because there's a lot of emphasis on character more than action, it'll be better for you. But yeah, if you don't know what you're getting into, the first fight, even though there are hints like this Dance Dance Revolution fighting game. But and then there's some like here and there. Also, he gets an email saying that there's going to be a fight to the death. I
was like, I'm a little worried. But I thought like it was just going to be like a battle of the bands sort of fight, like sort of kind of what we had at the end of the movie.
Oh, I thought you're getting into a musical.
A little bit, kind of.
I mean, it's a little bit of a musical.
Yeah. And also like the fights were so cheesy, which they were supposed to be. But like that just, I was like, wow, okay.
I mean, Michael Cera did good stunts.
No, he did great stunts, but like they were cheesy.
Yeah. They were video game fights.
Yeah.
But here's where we get introduced to Ramona in one of Scott's dreams, like literally the girl of his dreams. And this is where there's a little bit of magic realism, a lot of magic realism, because this is literally her going through a dream highway that she can access to. She goes through dimensions, and one of those dimensions is a dream dimension. So this wasn't a dream. This was actually, well, it was a dream for Scott, but it did actually happen. And then hard cut to Scott waking up, and then you get a surprise of Wallace sleeping next to Scott. Although they did say that they only have one bed. And then second surprise of other Scott waking up next to Wallace.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of fun gags like this throughout the whole movie. Like if you watch it again, you're not going to watch it again. But if you watch it again, you're going to see more, which is I like this type of movies.
Sure.
Then we get another scene with Knives and Scott in the library. I guess Scott is helping Knives with her schoolwork or whatever.
Gag.
I was going to say, would this be better if Scott was, I don't know, like 18 or 17? But
I think this entire movie would have been better if everybody had been in high school.
I think they're all supposed to be losers. I think they all needed to be that age that they are, because everyone here is a loser. Even Lucas Lee, the movie star. It's established that he's not a good star. Also, he's done a lot of these same kind of cheesy movies. He was literally on the downhill of his career, and then he dies. But everyone in this movie is a loser, except Wallace. Well, Wallace a little bit. He does live with Scott.
See, that just kind of reminds me of Better Call Saul, which I couldn't watch because I was like, he's such a loser that it actually makes me depressed.
I've never seen Better Call Saul. I do need to watch this. You should watch Nobody. It's what's his?
Vince Gilligan.
No. Saul. Bob Odenkirk. It's an action movie, but it's Bob Odenkirk as an action star. So there you go. Anyway, Knives and Scott are in the library, and again with the editing, I love this, that you get the somewhat of a cheesy, kind of punky music background of him. Scott being smitten by Ramona. Ramona is also in the library. Super bad that Knives notices it, and she's so pure and innocent that she's like, "Do you know this girl?"
Rip.
And then you hear like in the soundtrack a note playing over and over and over and over, and then they're still in the library, but you get the band leader name. What's his name? There's so many names. Steven, right? Yeah. Surprise! Like literally cut the scene to transition into you're now in Steven's house, not in that library anymore. Scott is smitten. He's thinking about Ramona. Knives is still there. What a jerk. Again, he's a villain. And they're talking about they're going to a party. It's a grown-up party, so Knives is not there, I guess, because there's booze. I do hate, once I know that in most movies and TV shows, there's nothing in the cups. There's no liquid. I notice it now. And this is full of empty cups. This whole party.
Just all empty cups.
Yeah.
That's good.
Scott is in the party. He's asking about Ramona. You get a few cameos here and there. The guy from Community, also, he was in New Girl. He's in things, or he was in things. But he's asking about Ramona. Finally sees Ramona, and she's leaning against this wall. Symbolism and all that. I don't know if you noticed, Casey. Probably not, because you were looking at your phone at this point. But when Scott goes into the frame and is talking to Ramona about the same thing that he was talking to Knives about, but it's super dorky and she's like not into it. There's a light switch on the wall that's way too high because it's out of reach, just like Ramona. It's out of reach. You were you were about to text me. What are we watching? Why?
No, I was pretty engaged in the movie until we got to the first fight, and then I was like, oh, okay.
Oh man, we're going to the 80s. The 80s is the decade of action movies. There's so many action movies.
Yeah, but like what makes this like particularly unbearable for me is because the entire movie is like, oh, I'm so quirky.
It is. Or autistic. Now that you said that, I'm looking at this through a whole new light. Scott fumbles it with Ramona. Ramona leaves, and he's obsessed. He stalks her, and he's asking about Ramona to everyone until we get to Audrey Plaza, Julie Powers. She's doing her Parks and Recreation character. Steven, the band leader, apparently related. I'm just gonna call her Audrey Plaza. Her name is Julie Powers. I dated Audrey Plaza, and she's like, stay away from Ramona. She's the coolest girl I know. Blah blah. The whole scene, and when she gets super intense and everything gets dark, that was practical. They literally turned on the lights of the thing, the whole thing. Anyway, this is very well shot movie. I'm gonna point out every positive, awesome thing of this movie to you. Scott is in bed after the party. Wallace is drunk and passed out. Scott is talking about Ramona, and he's like, please don't tell anyone. But Wallace is out, except that he's not, because he texted Scott's sister. Mm-hmm. And Scott's sister is like, you need to dump Knives. You want to go after this other girl. What are you doing? And then this is literally the next 10 or 15 minutes of this movie, people telling Scott to dump Knives. Like the first half an hour of this movie, the first half of this movie is just people telling Scott, do not date Knives. It's a bad idea. And him just not listening. He's just very distracted. He's a very self-absorbed person. He's the center of the universe. Oh my God, I am Scott. A little bit. So Scott... I don't know how. Someone told Scott that Ramona is from America, and she delivers packages. He finds out, so he orders a package. How did he know that Ramona was going to give the package? Because the plot said it so. Mm-hmm. It's a very cute scene, though. He goes into his little computer. He's sitting on the floor. And then he's in front of the door waiting for the package. And then we're like, yeah, it's a weekend. So Scott's not going to get his package. But the door rings. And who is it? Nice. Very excited to see Scott. Scott's not into it. This is a sad scene, but, at least it can happen. So they go through kind of the same things that they went through in the first few scenes with Knives and Scott. But now Scott is not into it. He's being a jerk. She's really not getting it. She's very excited about the upcoming gig because I think it's around this time that they find out that they have a Battle of the Bands type of.
I was going to be like more prominent, yes.
but we do get another fun transition, a few fun graphics. Because Scott goes to the bathroom to pee, and you literally get a pee bar emptying. Then Scott goes out of the bathroom, and he's suddenly in this high school type of lockers hallway. Very Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm definitely an homage to that. But instead of that, he kind of sees Ramona skating by. Again, this is actually her skating because she uses the dreams. Get off of Scott's dreams, and she's knocking. And before she knocks, Scott wakes up, opens the door, and she's delivering the package. What did he order? Nobody knows, and who cares?
No, because he immediately threw it away, which was funny.
Yeah. Along with the pen. He asks her out. She's not really into it. I think she's still a pixie dream girl, but she's kind of like the anti-pixie dream girl in attitude. But she still kind of is.
No, I feel like every manic pixie dream girl has that attitude, though.
But she's not manic. Is she manic?
She changes her hair color every 2 weeks, and she picked up her life in New York and moved to Toronto. If that doesn't say manic, I don't know what does.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But as a stereotype of the manic pixie dream girl of movies, she's not Natalie Portman type of.
No, and I do think the manic pixie dream girl has changed from your generation to my generation, because there's a specific.
Is it still around?
It died off, but like in the John Green novel, like Looking for Alaska or whatever, and like that became a movie with Cara Delevingne, and she was very much like Ramona in the sense of like, I don't care, like you don't need to follow me, like.
Yeah, but John Green is a Gen Xer. Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, you're saying she's not like Natalie Portman, but I'm like, she's like my version, my understanding of like the manic pixie dream girl.
That's interesting. So I feel like this is the switch from maybe not the switch, but one of the opposite of manic pixie dream girl of what we used to see, what would like Natalie Portman type kind of deal, but she still is. I was gonna in my brain, because she's not as high pitch or as bubbly or high energy. To me, that's manic. But you're right. Like the things that she does, they are manic. Yeah, fine. Scott asks her out. She's like, yeah, whatever. Very aloof, but she is on time to their date. Scott is late because he's a jerk. Mm-hmm. I think it's a cute date. I like this date. They're just walking through the snow, and it's very pretty. And it feels like a very real date.
Yes,
it feels like a very real first date. Mm-hmm. I like that. For a movie as stylized and as cheesy, this is very low key and on purpose. Again, very minimal color palette, very minimal or kind of like lo-fi type of music. Like soundtrack is great. But a lot of these shots are taken straight from the page, from the comic book. Like the one that's like kind of bob, and you see them on the swings, and you have like the long shadows, all that. That's it's a comic book page.
Yeah, that anytime we have the swing set, those are my favorite shots for sure.
Yeah, and then you get one of the most iconic shots of because they're cold, and Scott's like, "This is a disaster," and she's like, "Well, we can go to my house. We'll just take one of those super highways." Oh yeah, wait, you don't have those over here. That's the whole explanation. And they go through this magic door to another dimension, and that's a shot from the comic book. They're in Ramona's place. She offers tea, and she has all kinds of tea. Again, people my generation love this to list all the types of teas. You don't understand, Casey. Before this, there were 2 types of tea. And then this became like, oh, no, there are other types of tea. You can have caffeine, no caffeine, milk, no milk.
Look, I get it. I have 6 types of tea in my own house, you know? This was probably, spoiler alert, my favorite scene, just because of how well she, like, delivered that line, like, listing off all of the teas. It felt like a Gilmore Girls bit. I was shocked.
Yeah, no, it really is. This whole, it's so weird to have this very normal date in this heightened movie. Mm-hmm. And I think this is the only time that you see both Ramona and Scott as normal human beings. Mm-hmm. Their acting is different. The editing is different. I mean, just the transition between obviously they go into this magic door. Obviously, that's not normal, but them being in the park and them being in Ramona's apartment and him being a little nervous, and he does do a crazy thing, which I would never do in a first date.
Just start walking around.
Yeah, he was cold. But yeah, catches Ramona right. She's taking off her sweater. And I like it when he puts his fingers or his hands over his eyes. The whole screen kind of goes dark. I like that little transition. And then we get a shot of Ramona, and they kiss. Little hearts flying. Casey was like,
No, I was like, wow, he looks like a bad kisser.
Oh, he is a bad kisser. He
Yeah.
definitely is. Again, he's not good at anything. Again, very real things happening in this movie. They're in bed and they're kissing, and she's like, "No, I don't want to have sex." And he's like, "Okay, that's fine." Scott was decent
Crazy.
this time around.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is like the normal human being Scott.
I think this is the epitome of like, if he wanted to, he would, where it's like, because it's Ramona and he like really wants her and he knows that he's like punching above his weight. Like he's just going to obey,
Could be a little bit of a decent guy too sometime. I don't know. He is still dating nice at this point.
Yeah, that
He's
he is.
17-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Did they say her? They do say her age.
17.
Hey, Scott tells Ramona, "Hey, I'm in a battle of a band." She's like, "You're in a band?" Because now, spoiler, she dated musicians and also a producer, right? And he's like, "Yeah, we're terrible." I love that line. And he's like, "Yeah, you should go to our show." Stupid. Because
So stupid.
He's not thinking. He's very off the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Wait, I don't have your number." Ramona immediately comes back. Oh, by the way, when she's skating away, I love that the everything is melting. The snow is melting. Comes back, gives Scott the number alongside 7 little kisses, as Scott puts it. So 7 little X's. Also, not a 555 number. It's a 212 number. Yeah. We should call it.
No.
See what happens.
Go for it.
They're at the show.
Fucking idiot.
And I love this whole scene. It's such an awkward scene. He introduces Ramona to his sister. Sister is being a sister. Like, I was going to say a jerk, but no, she's just being a sister.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, what's your name?" There's so many friends.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
The sister introduces her boyfriend or her date. Boyfriend? Date?
Let's just say a date. I feel like that's safer.
Probably boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And then Wallace is there, and Wallace is like, "Hey."
Wallace is trying to make moves.
Hey, he made moves.
Yeah.
As you kids
succeeded.
would call it. He got riz.
He does. Yeah.
Wallace, like, Scott,
No.
he's just so, the lack of self-awareness, I think, is what makes him like, cute in a way.
Yeah. He looks like he couldn't hurt you, but he does hurt people. So.
He does hurt people, literally and emotionally. Wallace has eyes for the sister's boyfriend, Anna Kendrick's boyfriend. Also crazy to see how young Anna Kendrick looks here.
Truly.
And she was young. I think most actors here are their ages.
I wouldn't be too surprised, yeah.
Except Knives. The actress is older than Michael Cera.
That's funny.
I think she was 25. Michael Cera was 23. So Knives arrives and kisses Scott right away.
Even
Ramona,
though they've barely held hands.
Yeah, something happened in between. They barely held hands and this scene. Like,
she cut her hair. She's a new woman. I get it.
This is not the first time they kiss. Or do you think this is the first time they kiss?
I think it's completely possible. She tried to become the Manic Pixie Dream Girl. She's doing manic things.
Yeah. I think she was picking up that Scott was falling for Ramona.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely does after this, but kisses Scott. Scott somehow says Ramona is kind of okay with this. I would
she doesn't really
think she would
react.
admit this, but she's like, whatever. Before anything happens, Scott flees because he's a coward. And Wallace starts flirting with the boyfriend. And then we get the band that should have won the Battle of the Bands, Crashing the Boys.
Mm-hmm.
And even Kim, he's like, that's a girl drummer? And they have
it's just a fucking child, which was so good.
They do have the best song of the whole soundtrack. And yes, this song is in the soundtrack. I Am Sad, so very, very sad.
What is it? 3 seconds? 5 seconds?
Sad! You get like little skulls and stuff in the background. It's great. Wallace is just roasting the fuck out of them.
King.
So
Except
good.
I would, like, if I was there in the moment, I would actually hate him. And I would want to throw tomatoes at him. But
Hate Wallace?
yeah.
I think you would have laughed. I think you would have been smitten by Wallace.
Oh, I hate fucking, what are they called? Like roasters? Like I hate
Hecklers?
hecklers. I hate hecklers. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah, but this band deserves the heckling.
Nah, they're artistic. Also, why the fuck do you care that much, you know?
Also, they died. All of them.
Yes, they did die. Even the child.
Even the child. Yeah, people die in this movie and nobody cares. Because it's a video game. Yeah, so they're playing, and it's a pretty good song. I liked it. It's fun. Steven. I keep calling him Steven. That is his name, right? Yeah. Oh, fuck. He looks so old. Oh, wow. Damn, this movie is old. He's older than most. He's 45 now, so he was older. Steven, the band leader, Scott's band leader, it's freaking out. I love that you needed subtitles for what Steven was saying because of how loud the music was playing.
Mm-hmm.
In universe, also in the movie. While this is happening, Scott's sister is just planting seeds of discord between Scott and Ramona and Knives, because and then she starts asking, hey, Knives, when do you Scott meet? Then Scott sees Knives, his sister, and Ramona talking, and he's like, we need to play now, really loud. And they play another favorite song that I really like, Garbage Truck. I think it's a fun song. They actually play really well. So fun fact, Michael Cera actually plays the bass guitar.
Mm-hmm. And he had to dumb it down, apparently.
Yep. You can tell that he plays, like, it all looks pretty realistic. And then Casey gets her surprise of the movie. Total comic book, total cheesy, very cheesy action movie intro of Matthew Patel in his pirate suit.
God, I just know my dad probably like loves this movie. If he hasn't seen it, then
You should ask him. And please tell me. And if he hasn't seen it, he needs to watch it.
I'll text him.
I am not the same age as your dad.
No, you are not. But who knows?
But you keep comparing me to your dad, especially when I'm bald and I have a mustache. Matthew and Scott start fighting. Pretty quickly you can tell that Scott is a better fighter than Matthew.
I was actually shocked by that. I think that kind of saved some of the fights for me of like, oh, he's not, sorry, I hit the mic. He's not just like this like dweeby kid that like, I didn't want to have to subscribe to watching him learn how to fight. I was I don't want to fucking see this.
No,
so the fact that he's like, he already has skills, I was like, thank God.
No, this is not a hero journey. There's no journey. This is like this is like election. Mm. None of the characters learn anything. Nothing except Knives. Knives gets out of the shitty relationship. But I think Knives is the only one that has like a character arc. Mm-hmm. Maybe Ramon.
And I will say Knives only has a character arc thanks to test audiences that didn't like that Knives and Scott ended up together, so they switched to Scott and Ramona. Thank God.
Well, I thought it was the other way around. I thought people wanted Knives and Scott to end up together.
No, apparently the test audience didn't like it.
As I remember when it came out, that's not the memory I had. Like, people were mad that they didn't end up together.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if like there's still like a big portion, like a big group that still wants it to happen.
But it is way better that she left this whole situation. Scott doesn't fight until Wallace tells him to fight in most of the fights. When Wallace is like, someone has to tell Scott to do literally anything.
Yeah.
Because he's a loser.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just spoil it because I don't know you're going to watch it. You should watch the first episode. But The World vs. Scott Pilgrim is an alternate universe of this story where before all this happens, in this fight, when they're about to fight, Scott loses and bursts into money.
Ooh.
And Matthew Patel actually wins very easily, suspiciously easily. And this is the first episode of like 8.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole series is Ramona figuring out who is Scott and like why was this like, and she falling kind of in love with Scott without Scott being around, really.
That's the plot of The Virgin Suicides. That's really funny.
You're not wrong. Scott and Matthew Patel are fighting. Wallace roasts Matthew with his pirate. Are you a pirate? Is he a pirate? Was it Wallace? I don't know if it was, but I think it was Wallace. Then there's like a background story that Ramona tells in all of these days, but this is like literally panels from the comic book of like this was Ramona's first love, kind of. They did it for a little bit. I think it was, she kind of says, oh, he was the only not white person around. So that was kind of the main reason. Not a great reason, but that was her reason. And she's like, it was just a kid, blah, blah, blah. Then after the backstory, fighting resumes. And, she mentions that Matthew has mystical powers. And he's like, mystical powers? And then it gets very Bollywood.
Yes.
Over the top. Sexy hipster demon chicks appear. She puts them, which is the same actress, I think. I don't think they're different actresses. Still, Scott wins, and Matthew, because it's a comic book movie, bursts into coins, and Scott grabs some coins. Not enough for the bus. Ramona helps. As Ramona's leaving, she's like, say bye to your gay friends. And then we see the sister's boyfriend and Wallace making out.
Mm-hmm. Very funny.
Better kissers than Scott and Ramona.
Absolutely.
Throughout this whole deal, Nice is unconscious because she fainted because Scott started playing. She wakes up but everything's over. And they win. They win because while Matthew and Scott were fighting, Matthew throws a fireball and explodes Charlie and the boys, including the child drummer. Scott and Ramona, and the boss Ramona was sporting a trans flag. I don't know if it was on purpose, but I choose to believe it was. And they're discussing, you have to find my 7 evil exes. Scott is 7 evil boyfriends. She very often never could correct him exes. And I don't know if you noticed, but the bokeh effect of the lights go from round to hearts when they start talking about relationship in the background. This is for your second watch. When you watch it with your dad, you can notice it. And you can say, fun fact, because you love talking while you watch movies.
Yes. It's my favorite thing of all time.
I'm planning the impossible of Casey. Like everything that Casey would not do, this is watch him again and talk during the movie. Then we're going to...
Sorry, my dad responded. He goes, yes, I didn't like it.
What? Well, that's fine. I think this movie is very specifically for my age range. Anyone out there, please correct me if you're younger than 35, I will say, and older than 45, if you like this movie. I'm 40. I feel like I'm the exact age that you would like this movie. Then we're going to a Seinfeld episode. How jarring was that? Also, why?
It was disappointing. Why are we here? Because then we had the whole sitcom bit, and I was just like, can we move on?
I did like that Wallace turns off the laugh track. Literally, he shoots off and it's off. And then we're back into Scott Pilgrim movie. Because Scott is over the moon talking about the day with Ramona. And Wallace is like, you need to break up with Knives, that sweet, sweet child. But it's hard. And then I think this is where you see the sister's boyfriend, right? Coming out of the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because this guy's like, double standard. He's not wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, Scott wants Wallace out of the apartment. Wallace is like, fine, I'm going to go see my hetero crush, as he says it, Lucas Lee. They're filming in Toronto. Scott is surprised that they film in Toronto. Haha. Meta joke. And then you get like a clip of Lucas' latest movie. And he says another great quote.
Now you listen close and you listen hard, bucko. The next clip you hear is me hanging up. The one after that is me pulling the trigger.
Bum, bum, bum. It's Captain America. Was this before Captain America? When did Captain America come out?
I assumed it was around the same time.
Oh, 2011. So after this. Yeah, this is crazy. This is like he was Johnny Storm. He was in the Fantastic Four, but Scott needs to break up with Knives. Then we got to him being on the phone booth, calling Knives because phone booths were kind of a thing even back then. Knives surprises him, and they're back again in the record store. You see we don't know who it is, but we see Brie Larson's, Scott's ex, and a cardboard on the back. Cardboard, and then she's not cardboard, but that's later. But yeah, it's a cardboard. Scott's being kind of an asshole because she's like, "Yeah, I'm in love," and you see the love, and she Knives wants to introduce Scott to her parents. Scott's being a racist jerk, but he does finally, he's bad. But he does finally breaks up with Knives. And actually does it. Like he says, like we need to.
I was shocked. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we do again get the cool effect of him being in black done practically again. And then you get some cool transitions of him in the bus and then Knives looking sad. And then him in the bus and then Ramona. And yep, he forgot about Knives that quick.
So
fast. He's an asshole. And then he's just over it. He's like, whatever, I'm just playing now. Look at the bass line for Final Fantasy 2. You know, is that actually the song for Final Fantasy?
No clue. I haven't played the first 6.
Oh, so you're 7 and up. How many have you played? I couldn't finish 10. I just couldn't.
That's so funny. Where did you get to in 10? Was it the story or was it the gameplay?
It was the gameplay. Yeah. Same with Zelda. Like I've never liked a Zelda game. I don't know why. It always frustrates me.
Very interesting.
I love Metroid, and they're very because they're puzzle based, and it's not because they're puzzle based. Because I like Metroid, I like Mario games, but I don't know, Zelda, never got into it. Final Fantasy, I like the remake, but the remake has different gameplay.
Yeah. So you just really don't like turn-based combat?
No, because I like the remake. The remake, it is turn-based, but it is a little more action-y.
And the Final Fantasy VII remake?
Is it just action?
Yeah.
Is it just shooty? It's not
shooty, but like...
But you do
tell people... You can give people commands to do, but like it's all real time.
Well, I guess to me, I think because there is elements of turn-based, kind of like Fallout. Yeah. Fallout also has elements of turn-based. Because I like the original Fallout, which is weird, and it's completely turn-based. But I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Kim is insulting Scott, and he's not getting it. Because you're the salt of the earth. I mean, the scum. Thank you. Ramona shows up with blue hair, and Scott freaks out.
Yep, he freaks the fuck out.
I'm just thinking her hair must be destroyed.
Probably, yeah.
Scott obsesses over the fact that Ramona changed her hair. He's talking to Wallace. They're back in the apartment. Wallace is like, man up. No big deal. Wallace leaves to go see his hetero crush. And then you get like little snippets of 15 minutes later, and they're just eating and eating bread. I could eat bread all the whole time. I can't because it makes you fat. Bread makes you fat. Great line. Great line.
Sure.
Also, it depends on the bread. Just saying. I feel like we all figured out what type of bread we should eat during COVID. Yeah, Scott sings to Ramona. Also a song in the soundtrack. Also better in the soundtrack.
That's good.
I think. Oh, I might be lying, but I think Beck wrote this song. Beck wrote a bunch of songs in this soundtrack when Beck was good. I told you I've seen Beck a bunch of times, right?
Mm-mm.
He used to just pop up in El Paso and play in bars.
That's so funny.
Like peak Beck fame.
Goddamn.
Like he just like going to El Paso.
That's crazy.
Scott's freaking out. Ramona's like, whatever. I think this is the first mention of Scott's shaggy hair. Ramona's like, yeah, your hair's a little long. Immediately hat. He's like, why are you wearing a hat? Oh, we're going out. So Scott decides to go follow Wallace to go see his crush. At this point, Ramona doesn't know that they're going to go see Lucas Lee. Because Lucas Lee is the ex number 2. There's so many 2s in this scene. You have 2 exes when they're walking up the stairs. By the way, great establishing shot of how he's going to defeat the ex. You get the universal fanfare again, and Lucas Lee cracks his neck twice. He literally has a tattoo somewhere. I think his skateboard thing is a 2.
Probably.
And Scott fights his stunt doubles because everything is about 2s. Fucking love all this. But yeah, you get Captain America in this movie, beating up Michael Cera.
Thank God, as he should.
Say hi to Samuel. I hear him in the background.
Thank you, Left Buck.
Hi, Samuel.
Oh, Jesus says hi.
So we get the second fight. Scott versus Lucas Lee, or actually Lucas Lee doubles, stunt double, which we do actually get his actual stunt double from Captain America and other things. The first guy, not the other guys. Again, Scott is pretty good at fighting. He fights off all of them. And then he starts fighting Lucas. Lucas is better. They start fighting because Wallace says fight. And then, yeah, Lucas is going to beat Scott. But Scott's clever, and he challenges Lucas to one of those grindy things or whatever. And you get this fun scene of Lucas going down this very steep hill on the railing and his skateboard, because he has a skateboard company. And you get it back and forth between him going like super fast. Anyway, I like the scene. Cannot believe that your dad didn't like this movie. Actually, I can. I was surprised if he would have liked it. I would have been surprised. Lucas explodes. Nobody's shocked that the star of the movies has just died. They're like, all right, wrap it up. Nobody cares.
Moving on.
Scott is bummed that he didn't get his autograph. They're back in the apartment. Next day, Scott is like, what's happening? Why are they attacking me? And Wallace is like, yeah, Ramona told you 7 little X's. Because he thought it was 7 little kisses, but not 7 little X's. I do like that when Scott is telling Wallace that everything sucks. He's playing with the magnets of the fridge and he spells out sucks and everything with the 8. It's a lot full of visual gags. And then he gets a call. Scott gets a call. And then, Wallace says, you need to start thinking about the L word. Lesbian? The other L word, lesbians? Scott gets a call. And it's his ex. Captain America, Envy Adams, Brie Larson. Very young Brie Larson. She looks very different.
I think it's just because she's so blonde.
And yeah, the bangs also. It's a bangs. But yeah, and also she's doing this weird, sultry 1940s femme fatale kind of voice. That's kind of her character. But yeah, Scott kind of tells her about that Ramona. She's jealous, but we kind of see that, oh yeah, she left him, but she's still a little possessive, as one is with some exes. And then we get this fun cut of Knives coming, knocking on the door. And then we get this hard cut of Wallace answering the door. Scott's not here, and you see Scott jumping in the back window. Switch to Knives, and Scott is walking behind Knives. Did you know what that's called when you see the actor going off frame and then back on frame, and it's like the stunt double? It's a Texas switch. I just learned that the other day. It's a editing technique because that's all in camera. It's not a cut.
Interesting.
But yeah, Texas switch. Then we get another great line because Scott is walking and he sees a shadow, punches it. The shadow says, "You punched me in the boob." Great line.
Such a millennial line. Oh my fucking god.
Why is that a millennial line?
Oh,
Is boob a millennial word?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
What is it now? Is it tit? I don't know.
Yeah.
No, that's really.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's a Gen X thing, but I guess it
Came back around. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that because I don't like that word. I like boob. Anyway, yeah. So we don't know, but we do get one of Ramona's exes.
Yeah, and Scott is such a fucking idiot not realizing that this is Ramona's ex.
But she keeps saying 7 evil ex-boyfriends.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, "We'll meet you later." He calls his sister. They're gonna meet up. Surprise, not his sister, Audrey Plaza, in the coffee shop, and she's just cussing away. And every time she says she gets and Scott sees this. How are you doing this with your mouth?
I did actually think this scene was funny. This was like the one scene that I was like, okay.
The whole thing is funny. Yeah, so they're in a coffee shop. There's Ramona shows up. There's another cutout of Scott's ex, Envy, because she's a big famous star. They're going back and forth, Ramona and Scott, and then the cutout is not cutout. Envy's actually there in front of the cutout, actually. Very femme fatale.
Mm-hmm.
Talks about Scott's shaggy hair, and then he puts on the hat. I think this is where you get the backstory of last time that Scott cut his hair is when Envy broke up with him.
Mm-hmm.
Thus, his hair grows really slow, like mine.
No, because he says that he cuts it himself.
Oh. Mm-hmm. But, like, when did they broke up? Because that's super long.
400 and something days ago.
Oh, did they actually say it?
Yeah. I think it's the very first time his hair comes up. He, like, quickly runs through, like, it's been 400 days. I got my hair cut at a salon a few hours before I got broken up with.
Wow, you know this, and I don't. I've seen this so many times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You won't pay attention. Good for you. Scott is going back and forth. He's obsessing over Envy, over Ramona. He is in Wallace's bed with other Scott and the sister's ex-boyfriend, I guess now. Very small bed for 4 people. Get a bigger bed. Then, right after this, Ethan tells Scott, yeah, we got a gig to open for Envy's band. A gig is a gig is a gig is a gig is a gig. Have you ever heard me say that? I've said this before. I've said this in things.
It feels like it's just such a normal line.
I think I've said a job is a job is a job is a job. I've seen I've said things like that. It's because of this. So yeah, Scott is kind of feeling kind of gloomy, but he's getting closer to Ramona. Ramona is empathizing with Scott around the whole Envy thing because she gets it. She has evil exes. Knives is freaking out. This is Knives' freak out. She has the haircut now, but she decides to take a step further, and she dyes her hair. Also, I didn't realize how much her Knives' friend is in the movie. Like, she's always around with Knives. Mm-hmm. She's just there. I feel like that's a very real thing of someone very loud having a quiet friend always kind of lurking around. That's me and Nidia. I'm the quiet one. Obviously.
Yeah, of course, obviously.
Knives has a plan, dyes her hair blue, half of her hair blue, and then surprise calls young Neil because she wants to get poor Knives. She wants to get Scott jealous with young Neil they're playing actually a pretty good song again. They're a good band. Nobody cares, and they're like going to the bar, and then you get, I think, the best song of the whole soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this band? This is a famous band. I'll look it up later. But anyway, you get a good band, a good song. Brie Larson actually singing it. Oh, right before this, you do have a fun little scene. Scott is there in between Ramona and Knives, and he doesn't know what to say. And you get like a little spinning wheel, and he's between gotta pee and her, because Ramona asked about Knives or something, and Scott says I gotta pee on her, and leaves. Then you get the song, and it's a really fun reveal. You get like the split screen, kind of like old school movies / comic book panels, and this is where Scott realizes that the third X is Superman, Brandon Booth, who is the bass player of Envis's band. He's a vegan. He has vegan powers. But yeah, we get a fun little scene of the concert, and then Andy invites everyone back to the green room. It's a very awkward scene. Knives is there for some reason. Well, she's there because I guess Young Neil is there. Knives is freaking out. When Knives finds out that Envy and Scott used to date, she makes a O emoticon. Back in the day, Casey, this was how you did emojis.
Mm-hmm.
And then Knives finally clicks, I kissed the lips that you kissed. And then this is when Superman punches the highlights out of Knife's hair.
This was a funny line.
It was pretty good.
This was a funny line.
Scott, to his credit, loses it at this point. He was like trying to play it cool. Like he's like, no, fuck this. I'm gonna punch you now. Because I'm just gonna call him Brandon. Superman. What's his name? Todd.
Todd.
Yeah. Todd. He's like, I don't care. I feel like girl. I'm a rock star.
Crazy.
Yeah, Scott wants to fight him, and then Todd reveals his vegan superpowers. Basically, he's better than everyone because he's vegan. His hair goes super cyan, and he like up until this point, Scott was handling the fights pretty well. He has no chance against this dude. Zero chance. Todd force pushes Scott out of the venue into the alley. Does a bad made joke. Super explains that the joke is better when you explain it. Mm-hmm. Scott's gonna lose. The rest of the band is okay, we're gonna go get pizza. Go join us later, whatever. They all leave, and then again, Ramona does the backstory. Todd is the one that punched a hole in the moon, right? I think
so. I can't remember if... Yes, I think it's Todd.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When Scott gets angry, I wrote this down. Scott points at Todd and yells, "You cocky cock!"
My favorite moment in this fight is whenever Scott gets kicked through like multiple walls, and then the guy just like walks through the door next to the hole in the wall. That was pretty good.
Pretty good. Good editing. Great editing.
Great editing.
And then we get into a bass guitar fight. And again, Todd is clearly the superior. Even when Todd is playing, you get multiple Todds. Like, it's pretty cool effects. Yeah, like you said, Todd beats Scott pretty easily, throws him through several walls. Scott is like, okay, you win. Here's some latte. And because Scott is vegan and he can read minds, he's like, I know what you did. You put milk in that, so I'm going to take the other one. But trick, surprise, because Scott is clever. He thought really hard about putting the milk to the other one, and that one that actually Todd grabbed. And then Todd's hair literally goes limp, loses his power, and the vegan police comes in.
So silly.
Great cameo by these two. We might see him in the 80s. I don't know if they were actually around in the 80s, but yeah, the guy from Highlander and this other dude, I forget his name, Michael Bacall. But yeah, great cameos. So yeah, the vegan police depowers Todd, and then Scott says the great line, "You were vegan, but now you're gonna be gone." and headbutts Todd into 1 billion coins. 3,000 coins, because they're going by the excess numbers. Yeah, do the Kim thing. Come on, do the Kim thing.
My girl Kim. Love her.
She's great.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say she's a little too obsessive with Scott, but I just think that's just from Scott's perspective. I think she genuinely doesn't care.
I think she completely changes once he's like, sorry. And then she's like, thank God. She was finally able to be released. Like, I totally relate to that of like, I just want this person to admit that they are wrong and then I can move on and like everything can be fine. And the second he does that, she's fine.
Casey, whenever I say you're right, I see your triumphant little glittery eyes. I do this for you.
You see the burden weight like lift off.
But it's not even burden. It's just like it's like a little chocolate just throw at you virtually.
Mm-hmm.
Scott wins. They have an actual honest conversation with Scott's ex. Envy, Natalie. Scott calls her Natalie. Like, oh, it's been a while. So they actually have it's a closure there. It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
They go to the pizza place where the rest of the band were waiting, and then they decide to go to the after party. It took me so long to realize that this was the after party of the concert. But yeah, Scott's not in it. He's kind of being a jerk, but I kind of get it. Ramona says something like, "You're just an evil ex waiting to happen." Devastating.
Snaps.
Yeah, she's not wrong.
I mean, he's throwing a fit over doing something that he like knowingly signed up for.
He's throwing a fit because he didn't think he was going to lose up until this fight.
No, that's on him.
Yeah. No, yeah. Like he thought he was going to win. But yeah, Todd almost it was nothing. He got very lucky. Also, he got very lucky because that was Todd's third offense of being a vegan.
Mm-hmm.
Because he hates chicken parmesan. Chicken's not vegan. They're at the bar. Scott being an ass. He gets his just face knocked into the bar, and it's the fourth ex. What's her name? Roxy Richter. Kind of gothy. Pigtails, the football, not soccer,
like
the football.
Huge side thing. Part with the swoop.
Huge side part, yeah. The dog collar thing. Yeah, very emo. She's part of the exes. This is when finally Scott gets it. There's even a graphic of get it. Because he's just too tense. I always said you don't have to be smart to be clever. You can be clever, not smart. Scott is not smart. He's clever. Yeah. And then you get a pretty cool fight between Ramona and Roxy. Ramona has her huge hammer, pulls it out of her bag of holding. That's a D&D term, Casey. And there's a fight, but she's like, this is a league game. Scott needs to fight me. You can't fight me. Also, Roxy has a cool whip chain bracer thingy. I understand the problematic, I don't fight girls thing. But Scott is kind of like an asshole. But I do love how Ramona fights through Scott like a puppet. Yeah.
No, that was funny. And to me, like, I felt this was more like Scott is just fucking tired of fighting. And he's like,
Yeah. It's a combination of I don't fight girls, tired of fighting. Scott defeats Roxy Wheeler and orgasm through the knee.
That was crazy. That was nuts.
I was like, I wonder what Casey's going to think about this one.
No, I think that was truly like one of the most creative parts of this movie. Like, wow. Okay.
Hey, some people have weird erotic zones. You never know.
It was very funny.
You got to explore the whole body. I'm sorry I said that.
Yeah, cut that one out.
my falling apart. Roxy explodes into 4,000 coins. And then Scott keeps drinking at the bar. He's kind of a jerk. He's like, at least give me a list of who I'm going to fight. Ramona leaves, but she does give him a list. And she lists 2 next exes because she dated twins at the same time.
Girl boss.
The Scott next 2 exes the he's going to fight is the Katayanagi twins, Kyle and Ken. The little chart that Steven pulls up is from that they're designed from the comics. Everything that you see drawn here, the original artist drew. For like the original artist was very involved in this movie, as you can tell. Hopefully tell. Because coincidentally, that's going to be the next band that they're going to fight against, the Battle of the Bands. And it's a amp versus amp. And there's so many exclamation points in this poster. And there's like an amp versus amp at the same time. That's impossible. And then you get, actually it isn't. And you get both. That's a really cool concept though. But yeah, whoever has some more money for more amps is going to win.
Mm-hmm. So you think.
Yeah. But you get the Sex Bombs versus Katana Yagi. I'm not saying that name correctly, but I don't think it's a real name.
You get the twins.
Twins, thank you. You get the twins, and then you see Gideon for the first time, because Ramona is in the crowd. I was surprised that Roxy, the fourth ex, kind of spoiled the surprise that G-Man is Gideon.
Mm-hmm.
Because Steven said that Gideon's going to be there, or he said I don't remember if he said G-Man, but I'm pretty sure he says Gideon. And that's the producer that they want to impress, who's organizing the Battle of the Bands. And turns out that is the seventh ex, the guy who organized the whole thing. He took him 2 hours to organize the League of the Exes.
That was good. That was funny.
Yeah, 2 whole hours. But yeah, we see Gideon with Ramona in the crowd. They're talking. It's not super clear if they're together or not. I feel like you kind of got it that he was the real villain at this point, but Scott didn't. And then you get a really cool Caillou versus Caillou, two twin dragons versus a gorilla fight.
God, I thought this was cringe as hell. I was like, okay.
That's really cool.
Okay.
You know, like the whole moonlight lighting and the snow, and then you get the Caillou.
The moonlight with the snow was fine. It was just like the gorilla and the dragons that I was just like, come on, why?
I thought it was fun because in a movie that's full of homages, it was fun to have a Caillou fight. Like you needed this and Rampage, Killer Instinct, that type of video games. Kind of there was a little bit of a nod to that, but yeah, I get it. I think you're right. I think like this is very specific to a very specific generation. I hate to admit it. Scott is like they're about to lose, but God rouses them up and like, no, we're gonna win. And they end up defeating the twins, but Ramona leaves. Scott runs after her, and he was going to confess all his feelings. Yells at Ramona, "I'm in lesbians with you," and he keeps
doubles
saying
down.
That.
Yeah.
Gideon. How much did they spend in that song? Because they play "Under the Thumb" by the Rolling Stones.
I didn't recognize it. Oh, I found out the song. It was Metric. Metric gave them the song that Brie Larson sings.
Yeah, Metric. Metric is one of those bands that I feel like it should have been bigger.
It's because they're Canadian. That's, that really does it. Americans can just tell.
There's Canadian bands that I can't think of right now, but I'm sure there are.
Avril Lavigne is one of them. She's not really a band. What is the one Metric song I have?
Casey,
what?
When I tell you that he was a boy, I was a girl.
Can I make it any more obvious?
Can I make it any more obvious? Look what I'm wearing. I just need some bracelets.
Yeah. The one Metric song that I bought back in the day.
This was a pretty good song
Girls.
too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Metric has good songs. But yeah, like there's a lot of. You should listen to the soundtrack of this movie. It's a pretty good soundtrack. It's one of the soundtracks that I just put on sometimes. But yeah, you get Under My Thumb because as Scott is confessing this to Ramona with green hair, by the way, which is Gideon's color. Gideon is playing. Oh, this is diegetic music. I forget the term, but when the music is in the world, like they're listening to the same song. Because Gideon comes in his limo. They're playing Under My Thumb. Because Ramona's under his thumb. And she's like, yeah, I'm back with Gideon. And then Gideon's like, hey, that's bad news. Good news. I'm signing you on. And Scott's like, we're not going to sign immediately. Steven signs.
Yeah, that was funny.
He's like, well, you're not going to have bass guitar. I know everything. Neil Young immediately Young Neil immediately signs too. I love Young Neil. He's great. By the way, in the first few scenes when you meet Young Neil, he has 3 blank rectangles because he has just a blank page. He's nothing. He has no character. And then by the end, he has more stuff in his shirt because he becomes an actual character.
That's actually really... See, I didn't notice that one. Thank you.
You're welcome. See, you should rewatch this movie just for the background and the edits. Just for the edits.
I will say this on the record. I will never watch this movie again unless I am stoned out of my fucking mind.
Yeah. Let's get stoned and watch this movie. I will be there with you.
Okay. Great.
And I will freak out because I will feel like I'm melting into your couch if I'm stoned and sitting on your couch. But if you want to see that, I'll do that if you watch this movie.
That's funny.
Yeah, Scott is sad. You get the Rama in my mind. Yeah, I'm not even listening. I just know these songs.
Crazy.
You do get a sweet little pep talk that wasn't really successful with Scott's sister. She's like, well, maybe next time don't go after the girl with the 12 evil exes. And he's like, 7. Well, that's not that bad.
I love how she was basically like, get the fuck over it.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I did like how well she was written as a sister.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, like she was a jerk to Scott, only how a jerk would like sister would be to like. I feel like the comic book writer, forget his name, like he has a sister like that.
Yeah, probably.
Or what writer, whoever wrote the script. Then Scott goes back to his place with Wallace's place and he gets more bad news. Wallace is kicking him out. Because I don't think Scott has ever paid rent.
Let's be honest.
He's just there.
Yeah.
Other Scott is there too. Wallace is like, well, just go live with Ramona. And he's like, yeah, he left me. And at the same exact time, Gideon calls. And Gideon like, hey, we're just gloating, just being an evil asshole. You see Ramona next to Scott, and then next to Gideon. Exactly like Jabba the Hutt and Princess Leia.
That's a good way to put it.
You know what? Also, 1984, the Ewok movie Caravan of Hope. I was still going to say Caravan of Garbage, but that's a podcast I listen to. But there's an Ewok movie from 1984.
That's crazy.
And we're going to watch it. And it's really bad. It's really, really bad. So yeah, Gideon is being an evil asshole. He's kind of gloating. Wallace is like, kick this asshole's ass. And because Gideon is opening a nightclub or something. And Scott's band, Sex Bomb, are playing. Scott goes in. He says a few passwords, like a maid.
Huge bow.
French maid type, yeah, huge bow. Very anime, very anime. They're all like very anime. The rest are in like suits, cowboy suits. Like I feel like there was like a little bit of Cowboy Bebop homage here. And Gideon is in a literal pyramid on top of the pyramid with Ramona at his side, and being an asshole. Scott challenges Gideon. Kim is, we're here to play and sell out and stuff. They're not into it. Scott defeats a bunch of minions. Oh, with the sword of power of love sword. That was very cute that the sword is power of love, but the sword that ultimately defeated Gideon is the power of self-worth. See? It's very Fight Club. It's all about self-worth.
I think that part pissed me off. Because I'm like, this man already has self-worth and self-respect. He would not be doing half of the shit he did if he like didn't have it.
It should have been the power of empathy. I think that was more accurate.
Yes.
He became more empathetic to Ramona.
Yes. And like he apologized. Yeah. Like he became a well-rounded human.
Yeah.
That's what it should have been. Yeah.
But the power of empathy is not as fun saying as the power of self-worth.
Yeah, clearly not.
But yeah, before all that, Scott defeats a bunch of minions. Gideon defeats pretty quickly Scott. And then Knives shows up. Knives is pissed at Ramona because she still blames Ramona. Ramona doesn't know what's happening, but I feel like she should know what's happening.
Yeah.
She knows what she did. Like
she's been like willfully ignorant the entire time.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, Manic Dream Pixie Girl not a lot of agency or kind of two-dimensional character coming on. But yeah, Knives fights Ramona, and as they're fighting, Gideon fights Scott. Finally, Scott separates Knives and Ramona, confesses, and then Gideon stabs Scott in the back. Scott dies. He's in the afterlife. He's in the desert. Ramona is there. Ramona tells Scott, yeah, actually, literally, I can't get over Gideon because he has literal control over me. There's a microchip on her neck.
Elon coded.
Very Elon coded. She's not wrong.
This is the story of Elon and Grimes.
Yep. Then Scott realizes when he won with the twins, he got a 1-up live. So he has an extra life. So he booted up back on the save. And that's my justification for why nobody cares that people die. But when people die, they just boot up on a previous save.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's all that happens. Scott repeats the whole thing. He goes into the club again. But this time he has purpose. And he has the power of self-worth, or more accurately, the power of empathy sword. He tells Sex Bomb, you guys are doing great. Like, I haven't been respectful. He apologizes to Kim. Tells young Neil that he's great. He does know his part better than Scott. And they're like, fuck yeah, we are Sex Bomb. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then more enthusiastically, same fight happens. But now everyone's rooting for Scott. Now we can root for Scott. This is the only time that we can root for Scott. Defeats Gideon. Knives interrupts again. And Scott's like, hey, don't be mad at Ramona. It was all me. Knives forgives Scott pretty quick.
I forgot that there's also the bit that Knives keeps calling Ramona fat, which was crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, huh?
She does also keeps calling Ramona old because she's like 25.
Yeah, God forbid.
But I feel like a scorned teenager would call someone like Ramona fat. Even obviously she's not.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah. But yeah, it was good. Yeah. Things from the 2010s. What can I say? Gideon takes out a pretty cool pixely sword. And that's a sword versus sword fight with Scott and Gideon. Knives joins in. I think Ramona's just laying down. I think Ramona gets hit or something. And she's just laying there.
Yeah.
Not a lot of agency with this girl.
She like rolled down the stairs at some point. I think Knives kicked her or something. Or was it Gideon? I don't know.
I think it was Gideon. Yeah, it was Gideon. Knives and Scott defeats Gideon with a bunch of stills. I never liked this. This is the one thing that I don't like about this movie. I didn't like it. I feel like, oh yeah, they run out of budget here. I would have liked it. It was like half as long. I think it was too long.
I think this entire end segment with Gideon is too long.
Yeah, he's glitching out. This is when he says it. You know how long it took me to do the Evil Access League? 2 hours. 2 whole hours.
That is so funny because I feel like that's any like Gen Z person that does work.
Not wrong. All right. There's another line that he says. Scott says, "Oh yeah, because Gideon is, I'm what's happening. I'm blowing up now." And Scott says, "You are blowing up," and kicks explodes Gideon into like 1 billion coins.
A lot of coins.
And says, "There goes our deal." Steven's like, "Yeah, I know." And she's like, No. There goes our deal. They start grabbing all of the coins. How many coins do you have to grab to like be a record deal?
Right.
A 3 record deal, by the way.
Yeah, that was a good deal.
Yeah, it was a good deal. Maybe he was a good producer. Oh yeah, in the cartoon, because Matthew Patel defeats Scott, he also becomes in charge of Gideon's empire. He overthrows Gideon. And Matthew Patel is the most powerful evil X of the whole.
That's
like, he's the main
so funny.
villain. Like they flip everything. It's a good cartoon. Yeah, you're never gonna see it.
Correct.
Because Knives and Scott defeat Gideon, Ramona is like, "You guys are great together." No, they're not. Knives, run away, please. And you think it's the end, but no. You get Nega Scott. It was foreshadowed. There was a Nega Ninja. But yeah, you never wanted to fight Nega anything in games because it was so frustrating. Because they had the same moves and back in the day. You think there's going to be a big fight. Again, I think they ran out of budget, but it was a pretty fun little subversion.
Also an incredibly funny moment. and I'll
Yeah, they
give it
just
credit for that.
start talking. You just need to talk to your evil self. Although I
Yeah.
think really Scott is the evil self,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
yeah, they're going to brunch later. They're fun. Ramona starts leaving after Nega Scott leaves. Ramona is there and leaves Scott and Knives talking to each other. She's like, I'm leaving. Knives is like, no, go get her. You did all of this. What are you doing? Go get her. Yeah, this does sound like an afterthought of a scene of like, yeah, Scott and Ramona need to end up together. Because she's like, no, I'm too much, but then changes her mind. They walk away, and then yeah, that's the end. They walk away into the magic portal. Yeah, the end of the movie is a continue with a Street Fighter font. How are you feeling, Casey?
I feel tired.
Did I convince you?
No. So sorry.
Fuck it. Let's go into awards. We have 3 awards. We have Best Actor Ever, Worst Actor Ever, Best Scene Ever. Casey, Best Actor Ever, and why is it Kara Culkin?
I think the performance that actually, this is so random, but the one that's sticking with me is Jason Schwartzman as Gideon. I thought he was really great. I saw him, I was like, oh my God, he should be in the Hunger Games. And then I realized, oh, he was in the Hunger Games. I did actually cast him. I was like, thank God, because like he was incredible.
I mean, did you see Bored to Death?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he was like, I feel like he plays himself, but like evil in this movie, but he wasn't just playing himself, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, mine's going to be Kieran Culkin. Am I saying his name? I don't think I'm saying his name correctly.
No, you are.
Kieran?
Mm-hmm.
He's great. He's always been great. He's one of those actors that they're just so natural at it.
Mm-hmm.
Worst actor ever, and why is it Michael Cera?
No, I was actually shocked by his performance in a good way. I'm giving it to Anna Kendrick's boyfriend that ends up with Kieran.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just bleh.
I'm gonna give it to Mae Whitman, Roxy
Really?
Richter. In a movie where everything's overacting, she most of them were playing it straight. She wasn't.
Mm.
Even Chris Evans,
Mm-hmm.
how over the top his character was, he was kind of like not playing it too cartoonish.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was just like, oh, that's an asshole actor. Like that's
Yeah.
But yeah, Roxy May, she was like, she was in a school theater drama. I feel. I didn't mind the boyfriend, the Wallace guy. Best scene ever. I know which one it is.
Really? Do you want to tell me? Because I don't know.
Well, I thought you said it was the date, the tea.
Oh, here's the thing. I like the tea line. I don't like the rest of that scene. So I'll probably actually give it to the coffee shop scene. Because
Which
found
one?
that the one where Aubrey Plaza keeps getting bleeped. I thought that was actually legitimately funny.
So this comedy is the only one that you laughed.
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna give it to the date. In a movie where everything is exploding, specifically the part of them in the park, which might be telling because I feel like that felt like a different movie. But I like it. It was a normal date. It was well acted. Nothing exploded. The shots were great. It still felt like a graphic novel because there were like very stylized shots, but it felt pretty natural. But Casey, I don't want to ask it, but I have to. Solely based on this movie, was 2010 the best year ever for movies?
No.
That's okay. So yes for me. It's always going to be a yes for me.
Yeah.
One day we will watch A Fifth Element.
Yeah, one day we will get to it.
We'll get to it because that is up there. But this is close. Depending on where I'm at mentally and emotionally in my life, this goes up and down. For a long time, Scott Pilgrim versus the World went out of my top 5. This is right after The Fifth Element now. This is number 2 in my top 5. I know. I don't know what it says about me right now, but that's
So sorry. I feel so bad.
no. Hey, it's okay. I sometimes like subjectively not great movies, and you sometimes torture the people that you love, like Samuel.
Yeah, exactly. I do. Yeah. I make them stronger.
You can tell yourself that. So, bye.
Bye. How many evil exes would you fight to be with your significant other? Let us know by finding us at bestyearever_pod on Instagram and YouTube and leave us a comment. Or you can send us an email at bestyeareverpod@gmail.com. And while you're at it, give us a like, leave a rating, and go subscribe on all your preferred podcast listening platforms.
Casey, I lesbians you. I really do.
Appreciate it.